you would soon be able to use a voice response system to transfer money. This is going to be interesting because NPCI is now working with AI for Bharat, which is essentially our homegrown AI that we are incorporating into our systems in order to make it easy for people to now make digital transaction. I think this is an important story because the way it's been written in the newspapers when I was reading the papers this morning is that for you to be able to talk to somebody, any retailer too, let me give you that quick example, you have to press 50-20 buttons in order to either exchange, return, or whatever you want to do with that product if you are interacting with the retailer. But in this case, what NPCI is now doing is, it is hoping that you will be able to use your voice as a customer to transfer money from one person to another, from a lender, from perhaps a retailer to a person to person to person. So anyway, B2B, B2C, all of that could be made easy.
Or more complex.
Okay, okay, yes, absolutely.
So I feel, UPI is fairly simple. Scan, enter the amount, enter a PIN. The PIN doesn't really have a language because you have keypads in any case which can be customized to a language of your preference. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 written in the Hindi text, written in a Chinese text, written in any other local Kannada, Bangla text that you prefer, right? So, but as long as you're entering that information, only you are privy to that information and your transaction goes through. In this case, the AI will have to learn so many accents. The AI will have to ensure that whatever you intended to say has been understood, you meant it, has been understood, and the reconfirmation that the AI would eventually seek has come out in the affirmative, and hence the payment goes through.
Right.
So I don't know. I think, why fix it if it ain't broke?
Okay.
The system is working well. It is language agnostic already, right? Will this add a layer of convenience or will it add a layer of confusion? I don't know. I would wait to explore it, test it out, and then stick my neck out and vote in either scenario.
Okay, let's quickly get in Krishna for this story. Krishna, interesting, because what we're looking at is you can now be or will be able to use in future, not right now, but NPCI, they're working very actively with AI for Bharat to ensure that you'll be able to speak in your local language, and the system will be able to detect that language, and you'll be able to transfer money from one person to another. And B2B, B2C, as I mentioned, we don't know the details of it quite yet, as yet, but Karthik rightly pointed out, it could either make it very easy or make it very complicated. There are multiple layers to this story, how to do it and how convenient it will be. More importantly, will AI be able to rightly gauge what you're trying to say?
Right. I begin with agreeing with Karthik on that one adage: if it ain't broken, don't fix it. I'm also somebody who completely believes in that. But here is the problem. Shweta, are you imagining a time? I'm guessing we're all imagining a time when we're going to say something like, "Hey UPI, transfer 100 rupees to Karthik."
Okay.
That's what we're looking at eventually. Or UPI ji, कृपया करके 100 रुपए कार्तिक मल्होत्रा को के पास पहुंचा दीजिए. One of those.
I love your Hindi.
The example in Tamil than in Hindi. Want to give that a shot for our viewers?
UPI 100 rupai Karthik Malhotra ke amchi utringa. So that's sort of like, it's also colloquial Tamil, by the way. The sentence I spoke is colloquial Tamil. So AI needs to be able to understand everything from colloquial street Tamil to pure Tamil. Same like, Gali ki Punjabi to Thet Punjabi. That's what AI needs to be ready with. But we are all discussing this the week after Sam Altman came to India. Sam Altman came, met the Prime Minister, and also made a few disparaging remarks saying that Indian startups can never match up with the kind of growth in artificial intelligence, in terms of technology that startups in Silicon Valley has. So, I am at this stage, as Karthik said, I'd like to wait and watch. Yes, the PIN code, scan, all of that has already made things so simple. And Shweta, we've been talking about how trillions of transactions take place on the UPI every month already. In the month of May already, the number of transactions are in trillions. So, things are going rather well, extremely well as far as the UPI is concerned. Indians, I have adopted UPI digital transaction, digital payments far greater than their compatriots in the West. And it's incredible that in India, when there's not enough banks to reach people, you have the UPI allowing people to transact with money. So it's fantastic. What will happen with the use of AI? Probably this is the case for the future. And probably it's India readying itself for the artificial intelligence future that's evolving as we speak. So I wouldn't want to completely rule it out at this stage. Yeah, maybe not tomorrow that we're going to have in Tamil, Punjabi, Hindi, in all these languages. We're going to be talk to our UPI app, whichever UPI app that we're going to use. But I would definitely say that I cannot guess what's going to happen 5 years from now. Nobody 5 years before would have thought we would be using scan codes today. And look at the amount of scan codes we're using today. Maybe it's time for, hey Siri, paisa pahuncha dijiye.
Okay, okay. I think we're going to all wait and watch out for that. But of course, it's going to be a humongous task, Karthik, as you know, the technology that would be required to gauge accents, the way you speak, the fluency, etc., and then make sure it's your voice and not your brother's, sister's, or spouse's voice to take the money out of your wallet and out of your system. So, of course, a humongous task there for AI. But positive news coming in by the way of some development using AI to transfer money from one person to another. There's a long course that we'll have to, a long path that we'll have to walk to be able to make a system, develop a system that's going to be foolproof.